It's so weird when you see like a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage.
That the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the Post's, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, that she consumed human people are sharing distorted images of her face, writing paragraphs about underground dystopias, calling her a vampire.
Since the release of the Epstein files, Ellen DeGeneres has found herself at the center of a huge conspiracy theory, and day by day, it is being exposed that there might be some truth to the rumors. Her name allegedly comes up thousands of times in the Epstein files, reportedly in news articles and email exchanges, where the lines between her TV personality and Jeffrey Epstein's inner circle starts to blur out real fast.
I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza, and so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer, yes? Harrison? Bring that pizza in. Where is it? That's right! Hi! Turn it on down. Fantastic.
On January 30th, 2026, 3 million documents of the Epstein files were published on the DOJ website for everybody to see. One of the first things that immediately stood out to the majority was Jeffrey Epstein's obsession with pizza, cream cheese, beef jerky, and grape soda. Those words alone reportedly take up more than a quarter of the conversations between Epstein and a number of his associates. But according to Epstein's former private chef, Chef Adam Perry Lang, Jeffrey Epstein was a major health nut. He described Epstein as very strict when it came to his diet. According to Perry Lang, Epstein only ate health-focused meals consisting of tofu, salmon, chickpeas, and ginger. Not only that, Epstein reportedly forced the people around him to always eat clean. Receipts say that he imposed his diet on models, girlfriends, friends, and even business associates. So how does someone so health-centered and diet-conscious discuss pizza, grape soda, and beef jerky so much? Take this email exchanges, for instance, from a redacted sender to Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky class, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his new jerky recipe from the restaurant and sends a warm hello. He is working at a restaurant called Cooks, wait for it, beef jerky and steak. This email dates back to May 2013. 7 months prior to that exchange, in October 2012, Francis Derby himself sent out an email to a redacted receiver saying, just wanted to touch base about jerky. Jeffrey Epstein said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. That said, 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for his next trip. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Any other questions? Please let me know. Thank you. So here we have 2 chefs, 1 client, and 2 very contrasting menus. But this is where the lines between Jeffrey Epstein and Ellen DeGeneres really start to blur out. According to receipts, Francis Derby had to turn 70 pounds of steak into jerky every 2 weeks. In other words, he constantly had high demands for jerky, and sources allege that Ellen DeGeneres was one of those high demand clients.
You're not gonna believe this. Epstein's private chef, okay? His name is Francis Derby. He once worked at a New York City restaurant called The Cannibal. Documents detailed a 6-month culinary operation that involved processing over 70 pounds of steak into jerky in just a 2-week period. Now, I don't know what the steak is, but for 70 pounds of it, for this chef to turn it into jerky in a 2-week period, there must be a demand for that. And I think I remember in our previous show talking about Ellen, you know, with the, yeah, I mean, she was like the most ravenous person of this jerky or whatever that I found.
When you shift the lens from beef jerky to pizza, we find Ellen DeGeneres in the same spot. Time and time again throughout her show, she has countlessly made mention of pizza. She has ordered it for her guests, done pranks with it, and even thrown pizza parties. But the most chilling moment yet was during the 2014 Oscars, where she ordered pizza on live TV, asking who would eat it with her.
I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza, and so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer, yes? Harrison?
Fast forward to 2016, and the Pizzagate conspiracy blew up. It all started when hackers leaked personal emails of Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta. Sources claim that the email exchanges included conversations of pizza and cheese pizza, which were not necessarily used in the context that it naturally implied. Instead, the words carried sinister undertones of CT operations happening in the backdrop. Ever since, pizza has been a controversial subject in the media, and it got 10 times worse when it appeared thousands of times in the Epstein files. But not only that, according to receipts, the same pizza chains involved in the Pizzagate conspiracy of 2016 were the same ones mentioned in the Epstein files. Allegedly, the same line of restaurants which catered to the needs of Jeffrey Epstein's circle, as well as other high-end clients.
How was the pizza? Was it good? Did he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made, everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he doesn't
5 different
do
kinds.
Parties are incredible at her house, too.
Yep. She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful pizza.
What happens when you connect all of these to the number of times that Hillary Clinton showed up on Ellen DeGeneres' show? This was precisely around the same time frame of the email leaks.
It's not me. I turned it down because I realized that I don't live in the White House. So, although you told me that you can't get the temperature cold enough, I told you I like it really, really cold at night, and you said you
can't open the windows. They're all bulletproof.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Not fun.
No, not fun.
There's also claims of a shocking interview where Ellen allegedly joked about how medical procedures had been carried out on her dining table, but that's just about the least of it. According to insiders, during a tour of Ellen's home, a majority of the art inside did not look like art. Instead, they looked demonic with a context depicting sacrifices.
Have you seen Ellen DeGeneres' house art?
No.
The art in her houses, it's like this 3-year-old drawings, tons of them. Just imagine a 3-year-old drawing art, and that's all over her house.
Which leads us to Ellen's ex-girlfriend, Anne Heche. Ellen DeGeneres and Anne Heche dated for 3 years, and in August 2022, Anne passed from a fatal car crash. However, sources claim that this wasn't any ordinary car crash. Reports claim that Anne was allegedly running away from something, or rather someone. Roughly 30 minutes before her car crashed, she stopped at a hair salon in Venice Beach to buy a bright red colored wig. Sources allude that she bought this wig as a disguise, but whatever or whomever she was running from, she didn't make it that far.
Actress Anne Heche remains in a coma after that fiery car crash. Her condition is far worse than originally believed.
Oh my gosh.
According to her spokesperson, she's in critical condition and on a ventilator. Her burns will require surgical intervention, and she has significant pulmonary injury.
He looked up top and said, "Hey, can I buy that red wig?" I said, "Sure." So I went up to grab it for her. I told her, I said, "It's not cut or styled." She says, "No worries. I want it anyway."
Did she appear in any way inebriated or drunk or impaired?
She did not. She wasn't slurring her words. She had bright, beautiful blue eyes. She was just a sweet girl.
Insiders report that Anne Heche was in the process of making an expository documentary about Hollywood celebrities, and according to sources, Ellen DeGeneres was a major investigative material for said documentary. So what was it that Anne Heche knew? What happens when you tie all the connections between Ellen DeGeneres and Jeffrey Epstein's circle? Pizza, beef jerky, not to mention the background of Ellen's show, which has been alleged to bear striking resemblance to figures on Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Did you know that Ellen DeGeneres' stage set is exactly the same as on Epstein Island, with all the couches, the same colour, the same soft furnishings, palm trees, window, everything to the T.
At the moment, reports claim that Ellen DeGeneres has left the United States for good, and many believe that it wasn't just to live a quiet life in the suburbs, raising chickens in a barn, as we have been made to believe.
Today's the day. We've been waiting to do this for a while. We have chickens. We're very excited, and they're very excited, it seems. They're already eating and enjoying themselves here. So I'll update you with Chicken Watch on a regular basis.
Sources allege that she left to get treatment for a disease known as Kuru. This disease has reportedly been studied for decades, and its cause is closely related to consuming too much pizza, allegedly. If this holds any truth, then it completely combines all the narratives together. Insiders report that Joe Rogan is teasing an investigation into Ellen's past, and his grand reveal might finally blow the entire lid on her. But for now, let us know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and watch this next video because the details get even messier.